Tea and a Butty podcast. I'm Dominic.
And I'm Erica.
Today's episode we're going to be places we want to go.
Places we want to go.
Places we want to go.
But places we have not been.
Yes, places we have not been. Are you going to recite that story again? You're going to retell that story?
No.
About the
won't
Photoshop?
Do it. I will not do
and
it.
when we're going, lol, bad Photoshop. Basically, some woman thought we were...
You were making fun of me for being
I'm annoyed about this now. I'm going to have a rant about it. Anyway, we've talked about it before anyway. So, some woman thought we'd photoshopped ourselves into a picture of us in...
Trying to fool people
in the Cotswolds.
Yeah.
And actually trying to fool people that we'd been there. And, no. We weren't. Because I'm actually a very good Photoshop artist.
God, we didn't use Photoshop to begin.
We used PowerPoint. We used the off-brand Photoshop. That's what we did.
Dominic's very old school with his Photoshop.
Well, I can use Photoshop. I just don't have it downloaded onto my computer. I'll have you know.
Oh my god.
Anyway, this is a Places We Want to Go series.
Yes.
And it's the place of Puzzlewood.
What is Puzzlewood?
And I've expanded it to include the Forest of Dean and Wye Valley area, because Puzzlewood's this ancient site. It's an ancient woodland site.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
It's near the village of Colford, and it's near the Wye Valley AONB. You know what that is, don't you?
No, we need to ask them, do they know what it is?
Do you know what an AONB is? Well, let me tell you. It's Area of Outstanding Natural Beauty. Which Erica loves to make fun of. And there's so many of them across the UK, in England and Wales, and, it's given this designation. It's where the greenery...
across the world.
Well, across the world. But...
I just find it hilarious that in Britain they're like, no, only we have areas of outstanding
yes, we
natural
do.
beauty.
Only we have areas of outstanding natural beauty. Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh.
But Puzzlewood, it's an ancient woodland site. It's near the village of Colford, which is near the Wye Valley AONB. And that's on the border of England and Wales. And,
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was...
You thought it was somewhere else, didn't you?
I thought it was over in,
You thought it was another
East...
AONB.
I thought it was over in, East England. Way over there somewhere.
No. You thought it was where London and all that was.
I thought it was where London was. No.
Where's London? How many miles is it from London? Come on.
No, I thought it was
Come on, Travel Channel.
I thought it was somewhere just over there, where...
What, in East Anglia?
I don't know where that is.
I don't know where that is. Well, you better get a map then.
No, okay.
You're looking at the wall here.
I'm not looking at anything. I'm
going into the Mind Palace.
I'm going into my Mind Palace to tie in with Tuesday's podcasting.
Yeah, we had a holiday yesterday where we went to Cornwall.
The Last Kingdom reference.
And now places we want to go.
No, I'm going into my Mind Palace. I'm not looking at the wall. I'm seeing England in my mind's eye.
Well, I'm actually seeing England on the map right behind you there.
And I'm just thinking, I thought it was over. It's
we thought it was over there.
Oh my god. They don't understand that,
Dude, they may have seen Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Inside
You
joke.
don't know.
Inside reference.
We thought you was a toad. If you haven't seen Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, it's a good movie. George Clooney and a couple of other guys. I can't remember their names.
We always do this to each. A couple of other guys whose names I can't recall.
Yeah.
Okay, let's rein this in, shall we?
George Clooney was in it, and they thought he was a toad.
Oh my god!
They thought he was a toad.
Anyway, Puzzlewood, Forest of Dean. No, I thought it was over, Nottingham is in the east, right?
No. It's in the middle.
It is not.
It's in the middle of England. Nottingham is in the middle of England. It's slap bang in the middle of England. It's around Derbyshire and all that. Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire. It's all in the middle of England.
I need to travel around England, you guys.
Yes, we need funding, people. We're appealing to you.
Here comes the begging.
Here comes the begging from PBS. Tea and a Buddy PBS. We need you to go to your phones.
If you're enjoying this podcast.
If you're enjoying this episode of this podcast, we need you to go to your phones and pledge whatever you can.
You guys, I promise we haven't
to
had
fund
anything to
Erica
drink.
to go around England and find out where these places are.
Stop.
Oh my god, you're going red in the face.
Stop.
They don't stop on PBS. They do this with a serious face.
We wouldn't even get through this podcast because we would just spend half an hour begging, okay? So let's just move right on.
Yes.
I don't know why I was like,
right
on. I think I was going to say right along.
Partner.
Let's move right on.
It's on the border of... Anyway.
We need to start this. Yes.
Reeling it back in now, people.
Start this
We're just reeling it back.
episode.
Rewinding.
Over.
Do you remember? Re-record, not fade away.
I mean, this is all gone
Does
astray.
anybody remember the art of rewinding? Nobody does it anymore.
Everybody remembers that.
No, they don't. Kids today, if kids are listening to this,
Our
do not know what rewind means. What's rewind?
Knows what rewind means, okay?
Our audience invented rewind.
Okay. Puzzlewood. Okay, I didn't realize. No, I'm actually pissed off now that it's that close to Wales.
Why are you all pissed off?
Because I thought it was across England. I thought, oh god, this is gonna be like somewhere that's far away, and we're gonna have to go
far away.
I mean, nothing in England is far away, but I thought it was like
it's a magical, enchanted land.
I thought it was like in the middle of nowhere. Like, oh, we're gonna, are we actually ever gonna go there? Because it's like in the middle of nowhere, nothing else is around it. It's like out of the way. You know what I mean? But here it is, close to Wales. It's
actually some of it is over the border into Wales, and some of it's on the very western edge of Gloucestershire.
So North Wales.
No, it's
oh, for God's
south.
Sake.
It's south. It's like mid South Wales. It's near Hereford and all that. Help. So basically that's what it is on a map. And it's an AONB, and it's the Forest of Dean, and it's a very magical place.
Yes. So just explain. Okay, we need to start this over because this has gone completely awry. The Puzzlewood and the Forest of Dean, the Wye Valley, is on the border of Wales and England.
Yes, it's actually, they're all pretty much, Puzzlewood's in England.
Okay.
It's on the English side of the border.
And what is Puzzlewood?
It's an ancient woodland site.
Ancient meaning what?
Meaning it dates back to like the Romans mined for ore there.
I mean,
that's how ancient it is.
I mean, everything.
The Romans came there and he said, "Let's go and mine some ore here."
But I mean, why is
and there's evidence of that there?
Okay, so
like,
there's
from
evidence
like 55 BC or whatever.
Whenever because I'm like, all of England is an ancient Roman site, really.
Well. A lot of it is, yeah. I mean, they invaded England, but that was the far reaches of the Roman Empire. You got to remember that was their last kind of stand.
Yeah.
Hadrian's Wall was like the furthest border of the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
And it's like their reach exceeded their grasp in that sort of way, because that's. I mean, if the Roman Empire fell, obviously, but if it was closer to Rome, then, yeah, I mean, a lot of
what
stuff.
I love about the Romans in Britain is just the fact that they were just like, it is so cold here.
We don't want to be here.
What are we doing up here? Exactly.
Nothing
Let's
grows.
go home.
Very, Julius Caesar.
Not that nothing grows, but it's just like, yeah, wow, why are we here? How we got this? And they were just like, let's go home. And they did, and that was it.
They did, and then what happened? The Vikings came, didn't they?
Yes.
Screwed us all up.
We're going to have a discussion about this some other time. Let's get back on topic here.
Let's get back to Puzzlewood. Let me take you back to Puzzlewood.
Puzzlewood.
It's an ancient woodland site.
Oh my god, I don't know how many times we've said that. This podcast...
Near the village of Colford.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
And Colford is near the Wye Valley, which is like a green area, okay. And that's like basically the Forest of Dean. It's what they call the whole area the Forest of Dean.
Okay, wait. The Wye Valley we just mentioned in the sex education podcast.
A lot of stuff is filmed around that area. A lot of big films. Puzzlewood especially, because it looks so if you don't know, if you haven't ever like heard of it, go look it up. It's a tourist attraction now, but it's also a big filming location. Harry Potter was filmed there. I think
they mentioned the Forest of Dean in the last movie.
In the book. Because that's where Harry, Ron, and Hermione were hiding in the forest. While chasing Horcruxes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they filmed it all like in Puzzlewood, basically, because it's so like twisted, gnarly branches and leafy glades and rocks and little waterfalls, and it's just like a magical place.
Harry
it's
goes,
like,
"Where are we?" And she goes, "The Forest of Dean. I came here once with my parents." You know.
She went to Puzzlewood because Harry Potter was filmed there. That's why Hermione went there. She goes, "I came here because I was thinking about Harry Potter." It's like, oh wait, I'm in Harry Potter. What am I doing?
But yeah, and that was probably the first time I had ever heard of the Forest of Dean, and I was like, okay, that's somewhere I need to go. J.K.
Rowling really liked the place. I think she visited there before, and she got inspired, because I think she wrote it.
She got inspired.
No, I think she honestly did. I think this is like legit, because she devoted an entire chapter.
Didn't we do an episode on this as well?
Yeah, we did. But
places that so-called inspired J.K. Rowling.
But she did. She devoted an entire chapter to the Forest of Dean in the books, didn't she? I think she called it the Forest of Dean.
Well, yeah. I mean, they were camping in a bunch of different places. I think they were on the Giant's Causeway, isn't that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's in Northern Ireland.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I mean...
And also, apparently she said Hagrid was born in the Forest of Dean.
If anywhere in Britain inspired J.K. Rowling, it had to have been the Forest of Dean. Because if you guys will just do us a favor, if you're at the computer when you're listening to this, look the Forest of Dean up right now. Just look it up, because it is absolutely amazing. You can just picture fairies flying around. Yeah. Everything's covered in moss. Everything's like got an eerie, like, I don't know.
In particular, look up Puzzlewood, because this place is like amazing. And you can go there and you can have like a day out, and there's several paths and stuff you can go off to explore, and it's like, Harry Potter was filmed there.
You can camp there, I think, can't you?
I think you have to have a permit, but I'm not sure, yeah. Yeah, I think you can camp there.
Yeah.
Doctor Who was filmed there, Merlin,
Oh, yeah.
And Sex Education was filmed in the Wye Valley area, but that's like the lush green.
That's funny, though, because I would not have...
The Secret Garden.
I wouldn't have thought, you get the aerial shots of the Wye Valley in Sex Education, and it looks like... I don't know. It looks like the Midwest, like the Northwest of America.
The Midwest, Northwest.
Not Midwest. It looks like the Northwest of America. Very mountainous looking, very tree filled, but it does not look like
England.
No, well.
You said that. I said it doesn't look like anywhere in England.
I just said it looks like Europe. It looks like the Northwest of America. Yeah. It looks like up there somewhere, Montana, somewhere like that.
With lots of trees and lots of...
But it does not look like the pictures that I've seen on the internet of Puzzlewood, let's say, which looks much more like mossy and like foggy and sparkly and just like...
It's just a sight, really. It's just like a little bit of it,
Yeah.
And then you've got like the AON, because when I was looking on the map, I was like, wow, there's so many AONBs, areas of outstanding natural beauty,
yes,
all over England, like really kind of close together, and they're all green belts, which is what,
what we say over here.
It's like foresty areas and stuff like that. They've got the Quantocks, you've got the Mendip Hills, you've got the Wye Valley area, you've got, there's so many other ones I can't think of off the top of my head right now. And it's just kind of like, all of these places must look absolutely stunning, but only like a handful of them are used for like filming locations.
Yeah.
And only recently have they started using the Wye Valley as a filming location.
Because it doesn't look like England, that's why.
Well, yeah, but it's like,
they could use it for other places, though, definitely.
Yeah, because you said, that looks like Europe. Where are they supposed to be?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that looks like Germany or Bavaria, and something like that, It's like other things that were filmed in, like, Puzzlewood, the Star Wars, The Force Awakens, where Kylo Ren and Rey had that battle in the forest.
Yeah.
The Secret Garden, that was one of the Secret Gardens.
Which of the Secret Garden movies?
The most recent one.
Okay, I have not seen that.
Yeah, we haven't seen it, but that's another one. Yeah, I mean they've filmed like Da Vinci's Demons. That was a show on the BBC in like 2013. They filmed like a lot of things. It's like basically if you're gonna film a fantasy film, with like magical fairies, that's the place you're going to film it. There's no other place to do it, really.
Mm-hmm.
That is the place. You want to like a enchanted forest, forbidden forest, any kind of forest that's like creepy and magical. That is your forest.
Creepy and magical all in one.
Yeah.
No, it's funny because like I say, the Wye Valley.
Yeah.
From above does not look like England to me. Not the England
when you're doing
that
a drone
I have
shot,
in my head.
yeah,
not the England that I have in my head anyway. But Puzzlewood, the Forest of Dean, all of that
is how you.
It looks very much like what I would think England would look like the forests of England anyway.
The medieval forests of England.
Yeah, so I'm going through there and like
you're camping, you're hunting the boar.
I've got
you're talking about the king.
I've got my animal skins on and
you're talking about the king. The king's out there somewhere. He's out there. The king's enjoying himself, isn't he? Yeah.
There's magical beasts and
we can't go up there because the magical folk live there. Yeah. It's very much like old England. Like I imagine it's only recently they've started to open it up as a thing because I imagine they would have tried to film Robin Hood there, the Kevin Costner one. Yeah. Willow, anything like that. And it's funny when you look on the website, you're just like, oh, not so much has been filmed here, but it looks the perfect type of place for all these old films.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking of it, I think we watched some travel vloggers that went there, and I don't think you can camp in, like, the most ancient area. I seem to even think that you have to, like, stay on
You can't touch anything.
You can't even touch things, Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's got to be preserved. Yeah, but, I mean, you got to be preserved. It's got to be preserved as much as it can by nature. Untouched by human hands,
Yeah. I remember they were on, like, these paths that were, like, roped off and stuff. And it's like, oh, you can't go down there. You can't go off the trail. You stay here.
Yeah.
Keep your hands inside the ride at all times.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine so. Because, I mean, it's like, that stuff has got to be allowed to take...
How can they film there, then?
Well, I mean, they take care. I mean, the film crews have been told, it's like you get permission, I imagine, and it's just like, okay, and, they go to the people who oversee the place, I guess it would be the National Trust or whoever owns the place, I don't know.
Yeah.
And they go, okay, what are you going to do? So, well, we're going to film this lightsaber battle, and they're going to be going around, and oh, you're not going to be blowing up the trees with those lightsabers, are you? It's like, well, lightsabers are not real, we're just going to put them in post effects and all that, It's just like, oh, well, just be careful then, don't let the actors touch this, don't let them do that, But yeah, it's, and Harry Potter too, it's like, oh, well, they're just going to be hunting Horcruxes in here.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, what, you mean they're going to be digging stuff up? It's like, maybe, It's like, well, you tell them not to be digging
Harry's going to dive into a lake with his... take his shirt off. I can't remember if that's where that happened, actually, where he finds the Horcrux down at the bottom of the lake.
Harry and Ron are going to get mad at each other, Ron's going to stomp off. He's like, I think, it's just like, that's all that's going to happen, okay? It's like, you don't be touching those trees now, that moss, just.
I wonder what makes it look so magical, though. What makes it...
Well, that's nature.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, if you let all this, this creek and stuff just take its course.
Yeah.
It's like, and we just came back in here in 30 years time.
Yeah.
It would look kind of magical. It would look kind of
there are some areas that, we've...
For me, the pictures of the redwood forest
look
kind of magical. Those trees. It's
God, yeah.
I mean, I know why they haven't filmed there, because it's a national park, and I'm sure that they'll be like, okay, you got to pay us $1 million if you want to film your movie here, you know. Yeah. Whereas in England, it's kind of like, oh yes, come and show it. It doesn't matter. Just pay us like a token or whatever, you know. Pay the entry fee and get in, you know. Which is what, £6 or whatever.
I think they probably have filmed stuff in the Redwood Forest, but yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, that definitely is a magical looking place. I mean, trees with tunnels built through them, you know, and big enough that the tunnel's been built through. It's just like, yeah,
and I mean, well, that's kind of crazy too, isn't it? Because think about how old those trees are.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it's amazing because England is such a tiny island. Well, Britain is such a tiny island, and yet there's still these places that have, you know, been fought to be preserved. You know, because so many humans. You know, there's so many humans in England, Wales, Scotland, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's a lot of people live there.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like America where there's like large pockets of like...
Open land.
Nobody lives there, you know. It's like, it's a tiny island where people want to live, you know. Because it's a magical land.
Yes. But yeah, so what towns or villages are anywhere around there?
Colford, I don't know what the biggest town is. I don't think there really is any big towns around there. I know there's the Forest of Dean Railway. Yeah. Which is like a little railway. Yeah, it's just that those areas are just very, very cute. You know, it's kind of like, we'll build a town over here and we'll build like a shopping centre over here, but we've got to keep away from all this area to preserve it like it was in, like, you know, you could go around there, like the Cotswolds, you know. Yeah. You go around which is another area of outstanding natural beauty. You go around there and it's like, oh, this is like, you've gone back in time to the medieval times, or you've gone back to the Stone Age, you've gone back to the Victorian times, you know. Yeah. It's like, you've got to keep this all preserved, and, you know, the little tiny little towns and, railways they've built just for like tourist attractions. Yeah. And how they manage to, like, I mean, it's because it's not like over here whereas a tourist attraction over here is literally get the money, and it's like a really kind of like almost a tacky kind of like situation. Yeah. It's like, get as many people in as you can, get the money. Yeah. And, you know, I don't care if they litter, I don't care if they mess it all up. Yeah. Just as long as we've got paid at the end of the day. Whereas, like, they will go mental. You know, I was like, oh, well, I paid 12 of your English pounds to get in here. I should be able to touch that moss if I want to. It's like, or throw my McDonald's cup down here or whatever, you know. It's just like, oh, I paid good money. It's like, it doesn't matter.
Speaking of the garbage, I was just going to say that...
The fairies will get you.
That a place nearby where you used to live that we would walk almost every day. I remember taking a lot of pictures off in there because the trees were all overgrown and there was a lot of moss.
The scary way.
The scary way, yeah.
That was the scary way.
It was the way that I used to call
It was even scarier at night. I used to walk down there at like 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes. Yeah. And it was like pitch black.
But there were little, like, small areas of, like, little ponds and some moss growing and stuff. And it would be, like, perfect to take pictures because the grasses would be really tall and there'd be moss on the trunks and maybe some vines hanging down and stuff. And it just looked like, it did look magical. And this is what I expect Puzzlewood to look like. But the pictures were ruined every single time by a shopping basket upside down in one of the ponds.
It's like
cups on the ground or bags hanging from the trees or whatever. It was just like
I can tell you right now, if Llanelli was filmed in more like high profile things, if Star Wars came to film in Llanelli, which God forbid it does, or Harry Potter or whatever, you know, if they've ever, like, Fantastic Beasts or whatever came to, that Llanelli would get cleaned up straight away.
I think
we're cleaning everything up. Get them down there. Get those shopping baskets out of that pond, you know. Get that litter out of there, you know. Yeah. I mean, but it's just kind of like, no one comes here. We'll just, you know,
it's unfortunate.
Just focus on the coast. The coast looks great.
I really think that's why, not why, but it's probably a contributing factor as to why Austin is kept so clean, because they do film a lot here as well. Compared to other big cities in Texas, I mean.
It's surprising because Austin really, when you think of anyone thinks of Texas, they instantly think of Dallas or Houston.
Yeah.
That is it. I don't think anybody really knows about Austin. I mean, you have to be in the know. You have to be, like high profile and like all that kind of thing,
Yeah.
But yeah, I was surprised to learn that a lot of stuff has been filmed in Austin.
Yeah.
A lot of for like that city kind of like feel. And when I've been going around, when we go downtown, I'm like, yeah, they must film that. It is like New York City, it's like, I
think it's cheaper because we're a smaller city than Dallas or Houston
But you're also the state capital, so it's kind of like, you could be making money off of that,
Yeah. Oh, I mean, they do, I think.
Because it's one of those things where the city's on a river, and there's bridges and stuff like that, and it looks like, a drone shot of that.
Yeah.
But they never say...
It's very Hallmark.
But it's a very Hallmark movie, yeah, sorry about that. It's like... Christmas in Austin.
Yeah, the drone shot of the river in Austin and downtown skyline.
But they never really say it's Austin is a stand-in for generic city, like whatever they call the place.
Yeah.
You never get them actually. This is Austin.
No.
It's
no,
always
not really.
It's always doubling for another city.
Or they'll use the edges of town, or weird little small just neighborhoods of town, and it'll be like doubling for a small town Texas somewhere, And it's just like, oh no, they filmed that in Austin, by the way,
Well, it's like, I don't know, I think it was called The Outlaw, maybe Outlaws or something it was called. Pierce Brosnan, it was like some AMC show.
Yeah.
That was filmed on the outskirts of Austin.
Oh,
Because I remember him putting up an Instagram post and going, oh, I've got my beautiful, apartment on Lake Travis.
Oh, yeah.
or Ladybird Lake or something, and I go running down on the trails, and I'm like, Pierce Brosnan was here and I didn't know. What's all this about? Because that was a few months back now, and I can't remember what. Yeah, so I didn't get to go and freaking see one of the James Bond actors doing his thing,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I was just like, what? Because we're
like. But yeah, we have some little magical spots here in Austin too. But anyway. we want to go to Puzzlewood. And,
Puzzlewood. It even sounds as like it's a puzzle.
Yeah.
Because I think it's kind of like you can get lost.
Yeah.
Pretty easily because there's paths.
I thought it was just the Forest of Dean. I mean, is Puzzlewood actually a separate?
I think it's
separate.
It's in the forest. It's part of the Forest of Dean.
Puzzlewood is actually the mystical, magical area. Yeah, because apparently the whole thing doesn't look like that. I guess.
Yeah, the Forest of Dean looks like
it just looks like a forest.
It's like a magical forest, It's part of it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Wye Valley area is like even bigger,
Yeah.
It's where you get those drone shots of the trees and the river Wye and stuff.
I wonder if they filmed Robin Hood with Kevin Costner do you know?
I think that was probably... Yeah, I don't know where they filmed that. I would imagine they filmed it there, maybe. But I think a lot of it was filmed around Buckinghamshire.
Because I've seen people online...
Where Pinewood Studios and all that were.
Who have said they've been to... I guess there is a Sherwood Forest, right?
Yeah, they could... Well, yes.
And they're like, oh, it's not really that magical.
It's not very Robin Hoody.
Yeah.
There was no Robin Hood there.
No, they've said that. It's just like, it's not really that magical. It's not that... It's kind of just a little forest.
It's just a little forest. It's like, I don't understand what trees. Robin Hood saw in it.
It's just trees.
It's like going to that little freaking... It's like going to that wood down in Sussex where A.A. Milne's house was. Yeah. He's got a wood. And going there and go, 100-acre wood. I don't understand what Winnie the Pooh saw in this place. Why would he want to live here with Tigger? Oh, they weren't there.
It's not that great.
It's not that great.
No, but I was obsessed with that movie when I was a kid. Like, to the point where I was made Marion for a Halloween one year. And I just wonder where they filmed that, because that looks really good in the movie.
Yeah.
I imagine they filmed it in Britain somewhere.
Yeah, they did.
But a lot of stuff that is set in Britain is actually filmed in Ireland, isn't it?
Well,
is it cheaper to film in Ireland?
Yeah, I think it is. Well, Northern Ireland anyway.
Yeah.
The thing is, what happens is like the government and, you know, the UK Film Council encourage these places to come and work, to encourage these production companies to come and film over there.
Yeah.
Cheaper, you know, we just want the exposure, you know. And for some it's like fine, because, you know, like a lot of like American Hollywood things who want to film a drama and stuff, it's cheaper for them to film over here because there's nothing really like it over here, you know. Like, I imagine if they filmed like a colonial, they don't really do that though, do they? They don't really go for period dramas that much over here.
Yeah, not so much for some reason. Not unless they're British.
Well, unless they're British, and then it's like, you know, we'll just put some money into that.
American period dramas, like, we don't want to see Americans from the past.
Americans didn't exist in the past, okay? They were just here and they just there, you know. It's like America's always looked like this, you know, the iPhones and everything, you know. But yeah, I mean, I imagine it's cheaper. They try to get them to come, and Wales apparently have been really on the thing for people to come and film in Wales, because I can imagine. What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say. So does the Wye Valley area, does it cross the border?
It crosses the border. It crosses the border
partially in Wales and partially in England.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, and you know, because it borders like the town of Gloucester, and then the River Wye at the top, I think. It's like a roughly triangular area. When you
were saying Wye Valley, for you guys listening, by the way, it's W-Y-E, because I was just thinking Y, like the letter Y, you know, the whole time, until I literally just glanced at your notes and saw the spelling, And
it's like situated basically on the Wye River, the River Wye.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like Hay on Wye there. And, you know, they're just like really cute little like areas. The borderlands are probably the most gorgeous in England, I'd say. Yeah. I mean, I'm probably going to get slated for that, because there's probably people in Cornwall and Devon going, oh no, and East Anglia, oh no, and Yorkshire and everything. But the borderlands between Wales, and it's like that's untapped, and they're only just starting to like chip away at it now with the filming locations and stuff like that. It's untapped, like.
I'm really surprised that, and I imagine you would have put it on your list if it had been there, and I can't think of a particular scene that might have been filmed there, but I'm really surprised they didn't do any Game of Thrones filming in
Northern Ireland. Yeah. All of that was filmed in Northern Ireland, Croatia, and somewhere else.
I mean, I guess there weren't really any locations in the series or in the books that required a setting like that, I guess, if you know what I'm saying. Well, you know, the north was all like in snow. It was like in the cold northern snowy areas.
I think they filmed that in Iceland, didn't they?
And then I don't remember.
Was it Iceland? Yeah. It was Iceland. Somewhere. Or maybe up in Norway or something like that. They filmed the snow parts. And then, like, you know, like the north was Northern Ireland, was like around Belfast, around that place, you know. Yeah. And then, of course, King's Landing was, what's that place in Croatia?
Croatia, yeah.
Yeah, I forget the name of it now, but yeah, they filmed at that.
Oh, you know what?
And it's become a huge tourist attraction. Yeah. And it annoys the locals.
Yeah.
Because the locals are just like, you need to get out and see more of Croatia than just this little town. Yeah, name escapes me. But
someone tell us.
Someone tell us.
And another one that comes to mind is The Princess Bride. I would have thought that the scene where they're in the fire swamp was maybe just a set, though. I guess
it was in Buckingham. Oh, maybe it was filmed in Puzzlewood. It didn't say on the website, though.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, though, right? In the fire swamp. That's very like what I think of Puzzlewood to look like.
And when he rolls down the hill. When they roll down the hill.
Yeah, that looks sort of like Wye Valley-ish.
They definitely filmed a lot of it.
As you wish.
It's very like, I think they filmed that in like Buckinghamshire, you know, around the home counties somewhere. Yeah. Around near where the Pinewood or wherever they were filming at the time. Because Star Wars was filmed, the original trilogy was mainly filmed on sets in Pinewood,
Yeah.
like at the 007 stage and everything like that,
Right.
they created these places,
Yeah.
and some location filming was done in and around there, but, that's the first time that, it's gone to Puzzlewood. It was in The Force Awakens, and then they never came back for it, so... There we go.
They never came back.
Because I think they've ended the mainline Star Wars films anyway now. It's over.
Yeah.
It's gone. No more Star Wars for you.
But yeah. So that's that topic.
That's that topic. Yes, we're way over time.
We're not
No,
so.
we're not so.
We're doing all right.
But yeah, that's places we want to go. Puzzlewood. So where do you want to go?
Yeah.
You tell us where
every time
you want to go, and we'll go there for you.
Yeah, well, we'll check it out. We'll talk about it. Sure, definitely. These are actual, literal places that we want to go.
Yes.
But yeah, your place you want to go could definitely make our list.
Yeah.
So let us know. Other than that, we appreciate you for tuning in. As always, we appreciate your support so much, you guys. We would not be sitting here recording these podcasts if no one was listening. I mean, we'd be talking about this crap, I'm sure,
Yeah, but we wouldn't have a microphone to record it.
So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sharing us with your friends, and we'll talk to you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.